They thought they had you outnumbered. But here's the truth. Numbers mean nothing when faced with a force like you. One person, one mission, and a faith so unshakable, it sends entire legions scattering in fear. They're not afraid of what you do. They're terrified of who you are. You are a one-person army, unstoppable, untouchable, and divinely protected. You've shattered their illusion of power. These witches, warlocks, envious cliques, and gossiping groups thrive on numbers, whispers in the dark, and delusions of control. They fear you because you've shown them the truth. Their power is nothing compared to one who moves with divine purpose. You don't need their approval, alliances, or validation. What terrifies them most is your ability to stand solo, unshaken, while they cling to their numbers to mask their fragility. Your independence exposes their dependency. While they huddle in groups for validation, you walk alone with clarity and purpose, cutting through the noise of their schemes like a razor's edge. This isn't solitude, it's strategic positioning. You've stripped away the unnecessary, leaving only the core of your mission. They see your independence as a direct challenge to their entire way of being, because it shines a glaring light on their weaknesses. You don't just walk alone, you stand tall in your solitude, and in doing so, you expose their deep-seated dependency on the approval and validation of others. While they scramble to reinforce their fragile, collective delusions of power and unity, you stride forward with a quiet confidence that roars louder than anything they could ever muster. Your authority isn't based on numbers, alliances, or schemes. It flows from a strength that is pure, unwavering, and rooted in something far greater. A divine power they can neither understand nor manipulate. Your victories send shockwaves through their existence because they are unlike anything they've ever encountered. These triumphs aren't born of deceit, compromise, or opportunism. They are clean, untainted, and undeniable, a reflection of a life lived in alignment with God's purpose. Each step you take is a declaration of faith, a testament to your connection with the divine. That terrifies them because they see in you a power they cannot control, a force they cannot silence, and a clarity they cannot disrupt. Your unwavering trust in a higher power elevates you above their fears, doubts, and chaos, leaving them scrambling for ways to destabilize what is inherently unshakable. While they depend on numbers, you rise as a solitary force of one. They gather in groups, whispering in circles, trying to weave webs of influence and control. But their strength is superficial, built on the shifting sands of collective agreement. You, on the other hand, are like a mountain, steadfast, immovable, and impervious to their noise. Your purpose is guided by something they can't even begin to comprehend. That's why they fear you. They know that no matter how many they gather, they will always fall short against someone who walks with divine clarity and purpose. History is filled with individuals like you, people who walked alone and dismantled the false empires of their time. Think of Elijah, standing alone on Mount Carmel, boldly challenging hundreds of false prophets. He didn't need a crowd to validate his faith or bolster his resolve. His confidence was rooted in his unshakable trust in God, and that alone was enough to bring down the lies of an entire nation. Or consider Buddha, who found enlightenment not in the noise of the world, but in the silence of solitude beneath the Bodhi tree. Distractions and temptations surrounded him, yet he remained unmoved, focused, and resolute until he achieved a clarity that transformed the lives of millions. Then there's Saint Francis, who turned away from the clamor of society, embracing simplicity and solitude to uncover truths that reshaped the spiritual landscape of his time. These were not acts of isolation, but of divine resolve. Their solitude was not a weakness, but a strength, a conscious choice to detach from the chaos and align with something far greater. Similarly, your independence reveals the hollowness of those who rely on numbers, alliances, and collective validation. Your ability to stand alone, unwavering and undistracted, highlights the fragility of their dependence. You embody courage, real, transformative courage, like Columbus, who once declared, "You can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore." That same courage burns within you, a beacon of strength that illuminates your path and casts their shadows into stark relief. Your independence is a mirror reflecting their deepest insecurities. They see in you everything they lack: clarity of purpose, steadfast faith, and the courage to walk alone. And it terrifies them. It forces them to confront truths they'd rather ignore, that their power is built on illusions, their strength on numbers, and their sense of self on the fleeting approval of others. They fear you not just for what you do, but for who you are. You are a living testament to the fact that true strength doesn't come from external validation, but from an inner resolve that no one can shake. While they gather in groups, hoping their collective noise can drown out their fears, you move in silence, your actions speaking volumes. Your focus is razor sharp, cutting through their schemes and exposing their fragility. They operate in the shadows, weaving lies and spreading doubt, but your light dispels their darkness, leaving them exposed and powerless. Your independence is more than a choice. It's a statement, a bold declaration that you don't need the safety nets they cling to. You walk with God, and that makes you untouchable. Your victories are not just milestones. They are symbols of a power they can never replicate. Each triumph you achieve is a testament to the divine purpose guiding you, a reminder that no amount of scheming, plotting, or groupthink can stand against someone who moves with unwavering faith. Your strength isn't scattered across the opinions of many. It's concentrated, like a laser, honed and focused on your mission. That concentration is your superpower, a force that dismantles their collective illusions and renders their plans ineffective. In every era, there have been those who stood apart, walking paths others were too afraid to tread. You are one of them. Your independence isn't isolation. It's alignment with a higher calling. It's the courage to lose sight of the familiar, to walk into the unknown with nothing but faith as your guide. And that, above all else, is what terrifies them most. They see in you a power they can never understand, and they know that as long as you walk with God, their schemes will crumble, their illusions will shatter, and their power will dissolve into nothingness. They cling desperately to their numbers, hoping that their collective strength will mask the truth you've so effortlessly exposed. Their power has always been built on fear, manipulation, and control. They rely on the fragile scaffolding of intimidation, whisper campaigns, and illusions of authority. But you've torn through that facade with a weapon they never anticipated: fearlessness. Your refusal to bow to fear dismantles their strategies before they even have a chance to take root. When their power meets your unshakable resolve, it crumbles like a house of cards. Fearlessness isn't just a trait you possess, it's a force that radiates from you. It's disruptive because it targets the very foundation of their power. They thrive in the shadows, weaving schemes and planting seeds of doubt. But your unwavering confidence is like a beacon of light that pierces through their darkness. Light exposes what the shadows try to conceal, and your presence alone makes it impossible for their illusions to endure. They whisper lies, hoping to sow confusion, but your calm in the storm renders their words powerless. Your resilience isn't just a shield, it's a mirror that reflects their fragility, forcing them to confront the weaknesses they try so hard to hide. You are not an army of one simply because you stand alone. You are an army of one because the strength within you is immeasurable. It is greater than any weapon they could wield, any plot they could devise, or any alliance they could form. Your strength comes from a source they can neither understand nor access. It is rooted in divine guidance, forged in unshakable faith, and sharpened by your mastery of focus and strategy. While they rely on the chaos of numbers, you operate with precision, clarity, and purpose. Their numbers may be loud, but your purpose is thunderous. It reverberates through every action you take, leaving them disoriented and powerless. They thought they could bury you under the weight of adversity, that their combined efforts would overwhelm you. But they underestimated the depth of your resilience. You didn't just survive, you thrived. What they intended to break you only strengthened you, refining your resolve like gold in a furnace. Adversity has become your proving ground, a place where your faith grows stronger, your focus sharper, and your purpose clearer. Every attempt they've made to extinguish your light has only made it burn brighter, illuminating the truth they've been so desperate to suppress. You're not just the chosen one. You are a paradigm shift. Your existence challenges everything they thought they knew about power, control, and influence. You're not just a player in their game. You've rewritten the rules entirely. You are the storm they cannot predict, the force they cannot prepare for. Your presence sends shockwaves through their plans, scattering their carefully constructed strategies like leaves in the wind. Every step you take is a declaration that their power was never real, that it was built on nothing but the fear and doubt you've risen above. They fear you not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Your independence, your clarity, and your unyielding connection to divine purpose make you untouchable. They cannot control you because your power doesn't come from anything they can influence. It comes from within, from a source far beyond their reach. Their greatest fear is not losing control over you, but realizing they never had it to begin with. This is why they will never win. Your fearlessness has turned the tables on them. Their strategies depended on uncertainty, on planting doubts that would grow into hesitation. But you've denied them that foothold. Your confidence leaves no room for their schemes to take root. You've shattered the illusion of their power, exposing it for what it truly is: a facade, a desperate attempt to hold onto relevance in the face of your undeniable truth. Their whispers fade in the presence of your steady voice. Their threats dissolve in the face of your unshaken resolve. You are more than an individual standing against opposition. You are a force of nature. Your divine guidance equips you with wisdom, resilience, and a clarity of purpose that they cannot hope to match. They gather in groups, hoping their collective strength will shield their vulnerabilities. But you prove time and again that one focused soul with divine backing can overturn multitudes. Your mental and emotional resilience is unyielding, forged through trials that have stripped away every doubt, leaving only unbreakable faith and purpose. While they scramble to maintain their illusions, you stride forward with the confidence of someone who knows their path is divinely guided. Their power, built on fear, manipulation, and deception, cannot hold against the force of someone who walks in truth. You are a disruptor, a breaker of chains, a living reminder that true strength doesn't need validation from the crowd. It is self-sufficient, rooted in something eternal, and that's what makes you unstoppable. Every move you make is a reminder that their power was never real, that their reliance on numbers and schemes is a weakness, not a strength. They cling to each other out of fear, but you stand alone out of faith. Your independence is not isolation, it's liberation. It's the freedom to move with clarity, unburdened by the chaos they create. It's the ability to focus entirely on your divine mission, to act with precision and purpose while they stumble in confusion. They see your fearlessness, your unshakable faith, and your divine guidance, And they tremble because they know they can never replicate it. They cannot control what they cannot understand. And you are beyond their comprehension. Your strength is a testament to a higher power, a power they cannot manipulate. And that is why they fear you. It's why they will never win. You don't just survive the storm. You are the storm. You are the embodiment of everything they fear and everything they can never be. And with every step you take, every victory you claim, you prove beyond a shadow of a doubt. Their power was an illusion, and your strength is eternal.